Another example is there was considerable effort when the economic downturn started to get publishers to commit to either no price increases or to reduce prices. And many of the smaller publishers did. Big publishers didn't, because they recognized they didn't need to. Smaller publishers decided this might be good PR. So there were lists produced of the publishers who agreed to do this. I have been unable to identify a single librarian who based their decisions on what to keep and what to cancel on those lists. Because what tended to happen was, when it came around and the Elsevier bill came in, you figured out how to pay the Elsevier bill because you were afraid if you stepped away from the big deal that the faculty would be at the door of the library with pitchforks. Now, we stepped away from the big deal 3 years ago, and we went from having all of Science Direct to having individual subscriptions to fewer than 20 Elsevier titles. And this has caused problems on our campus, by which I mean it's harder for people to get to stuff that they need. But I had one angry faculty member. I had lots and lots of concerned faculty members. But I think we've done a good job of engaging with our population, explaining what the situation is, justifying the choices that we've made, and we get a lot of cooperation from our community.
Are faculty finding other sources that are helping them?
Yes. We did a series of focus groups in the spring of 2010, really designed to give us better information on the impact that these cuts were making, and they were fascinating. The biggest fallback is what I think of as the black market in articles. People contact a colleague at another institution. That happens a lot. Interlibrary loan and pay-per-view have gone up for us considerably.
Well, that was my question.
Yeah, we've about doubled our numbers. But it's still not as convenient as it needs to be. The more troubling piece is people who decide to just do without. A faculty member who said 10 years ago he would never have just relied on an abstract. And now he is more willing to do that. Now he cites it as the abstract. He's meticulous about that, but he'll do that. Some of the other examples that were really fascinating to me, a young postdoc who's doing some kind of research that involves rats. And she says what she most often needs is to be able to look at the methods sections of 5 articles. Because that helps her decide how she's going to do her next set of experiments. And she can get to maybe 2 or 3 of them. So then she has to decide if she can interlibrary loan the other 2 that she wants to see. And she says, I know that my department chair has set aside some money that would allow me to do that, but I also know what a rat costs. So do I spend $3 on a rat, or do I spend $3 on an article? And these are the kinds of choices that people are really
Are
making.
any of them setting up their own subscriptions through grants or?
Very little of that I'm aware of.